I first formed the Mayor's Youth Council, it was a vision and a dream that I had to have young people genuinely and sincerely empowered to come up with initiatives and programs that not only meant something to them, but meant something to our entire community. This initiative that was birthed and came out of the hearts of those young people that have been leading in our city and able to reach out and connect with other organizations is exactly what the purpose of this council was and continues to be. I want to thank each and every one of you. As many of you know, we've had some losses in our city. Perhaps they will be mentioned later. We've had young people who have been lost because of the struggle and fight with mental illness. Every single one of our families is affected by mental illness. In fact, statistically speaking, every single individual will go through a stage in life where they deal with certain challenges, emotional, family issues, and sometimes the day-to-day things that we encounter. You're not always gonna get a red flag. You know what mental illness sometimes sounds like right before this tragedy? How are you doing? And the retort is, I'm okay. Everything's fine. I'll see you guys later. And then there's a walk away. And sometimes there's this gut feeling like, I know something's off. You can hear the words and the words sound right, but the actions don't match the words. You go, they're not showing up. They haven't been returning texts. Something's different. And even when you try your best to ask, are you sure everything's okay? And they go, yeah, why? I'm fine. It may even get masked with a bright smile. Like I said, everything's great. But we know our friends. And even when it's not friends, we know when something's off. And when something's off, that's when we should act. And sometimes acting, like I mentioned before, can be as simple as just saying, I'm not gonna let this go. Let's talk. Let me walk you home. Even if I have something important, I have a game to go to, I was gonna meet up with my friends at the mall. For that brief moment when we stop thinking about ourselves and our lives and we step out of that to see someone else in their struggle, we can make a world of difference. The t-shirts are amazing. The resources are so important. The speeches are great, but it's action. As you look around and you've been told you're not alone, look, I'll share with you, I've gone through it. I've gone through those moments in my youth where I was going, I'm the only one going through this. I'm the only one thinking like this. I'm the only one being treated like this. I'm the only one who doesn't have this. I'm the only one facing this at home. I'm the only one. And when you feel like you're the only one, it can be so devastating when you look at everyone else having fun and you think, why is everyone else happy and not me? And like it was said, social media and Instagram and Facebook makes it seem like life is wonderful for everyone. And I reiterate, everyone goes through struggles, whether it's a teacher, a police officer, a mayor. But that is not to discredit what you're going through, because your experience is unique and important. And when you're going through something, it's important that you reach out. But if you think your friend is going through something, it's better to err on the side of caution and be there for them or make the phone call than to deal with the tragedy later and say, if only I would have. Because that guilt, not that it's anyone's blame when something like that occurs, but it's harsh because you go through all those scenarios. There's a picture me and Kathy was sharing, and I'll go personally. There's a picture of our early youth council. This is when I first formed the youth council. I called it the Mayor's Youth Council. I was so excited about forming it because I said, I'm not gonna lead it. It's gonna be led by the young people. You're gonna come up with policies, initiatives. You're gonna use our lawyers. You'll be able to walk into City Hall and say, I want to make a new law, and the lawyer's going to have to write it up for you, and we're going to see if we take the City Council. And we took this picture, it was wonderful. It's all of us in front of the logo of the Youth Council upstairs. Some of those individuals went on to college, to Ivy League schools. Some of those individuals graduated and went on to service the armed services. Fortunately, one of those people in that picture who was mentioned today took their life. It was something that impacted our community. I remember when I was first told that they were struggling, And we reached out to that person. We said, come. We try to integrate them back with us. When it occurred, I'll admit to you, I blame myself for a certain extent, or a certain portion, because I said, what couldn't we have done more? Did we not do enough? From the council reached out, asked them, try to help, and sometimes tragedy is going to occur in life, and sometimes you're not going to be able to immediately relate to the unique situation that your friend is going through. But if you could be there, if at a moment you could remember that number, 988, and call on their behalf, or tell them to call, or if you can tell a couple of friends, I'll catch up with you later, I'm going to walk her home, or I'm going to be with them. Or you walk by the cab and everyone's having a fun time and you see one person there who doesn't seem to have any friends, and that day you decide, I'm going to sit over here. Or that one person that everyone thinks is a little weird or sometimes doesn't fit in, and you say, you know what, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and see if I can enter into their life. It can make a world of difference. So as we walk, understand the walk is fun. Understand that you've gotten so much great information, but the greatest impact that you can have is to let people know, not only are you not perfect, it's okay to struggle, because that's how we get rid of the stigma. Because a lot of people don't reach out to the cops because they go, I don't want the police coming to my house. I don't want to tell on a friend who's going through something because they're going to get in trouble. When we say get rid of the stigma, it's saying it's all right to help. It's all right to acknowledge and admit that things aren't perfect. It's all right to say, I feel like I'm in despair. It's normal. It's part of growing up. It's part of this. It's part of life. It's okay. And the fact that it's okay doesn't mean that it's not serious, that it's not hard. What we mean when we say it's okay is that if we all go through it, then nobody should judge it. We should all be willing to help. So please remember that number. Please remember the agencies, but remember, as you look around and applaud it for these amazing teachers, as you see the officers giving you t-shirts, as you see the individuals from the mental health agencies around, as you see your cohorts, students who are leading, again, you're not alone. There are individuals willing to help, and as we walk, and you see everyone walking beside you, there are individuals that are willing to walk beside you in this path. And sometimes your family doesn't even realize you're going through stuff that your friends know, so you let them know. But you guys, even more so than us who are in positions of leadership and office and have platforms, sometimes we won't be able to reach those that are really struggling, but you can. And the effort you make, I won't guarantee you that it'll stop something from happening or make somebody's life 100% better, but it will make a difference. It will make a difference. So we're about to kick it off. I want to thank you for indulging me. I wanted to share that because when I heard the number, it impacted me that sometimes we hear things and we kind of just let that go by. And later on, we're going, I know someone said something, if you take anything away, it's those things, those important phone numbers, 988, the agencies, but making sure that you see the signs. We're sometimes so observant for other things, but we'll miss the things right in front of us. Like our friend that's struggling, or a friend that has told us 4 or 5 times why they couldn't be around anymore. And because they ghosted us, and we think they ghosted us. Do you guys still use ghosts? I'm not that cool. I try to hashtag whatever. I'm trying to stay up. It's been a while since I've been able to be. I was never cool for it. But what I'm trying to say is sometimes you just assume, you know what, they're not texting me, so I'm not going to text them back. They didn't call, they didn't like my page, or they didn't come to this. We never know what's going on in someone's home. We never know the impact they've had in a relationship. We never know the smallest thing that we say that is nothing could be everything to them because they had so much going on. So remember to reach out and be persistent when it comes to the people who are around you, not just your circle of influence. Look around, because there's plenty of people out there that don't have the group you have, and you being there for them makes all the difference.
1, 2, 3.